Hello guys, welcome to our channel once again. If you're not subscribed, please click on the subscription button down below to get subscribed, and like and comment on our videos is very much appreciated. So today we're going to be talking about episode 13 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know. What did you guys think in general about the whole episode?
I thought it was a little bit better than the past episodes. We were, able to see a few events that they were doing, and, get to see other people in town, and everybody looking nice and smiling. And, it was cool this time.
Yeah, at least they weren't too much fights.
Exactly.
At least they were into much fights. That's what I thought. But it's firstly before we start off, who wore it better between these two? That was what was they were arguing about. Who wore it better?
Kenya.
But I did think that the reason why it looked better on Kenya was because she's kind of busty. Sometimes being busty and having everything makes you just look much more better on.
Yeah, but it can also be the bra, you know, because there's bras that you can get to wear those type of dresses where you still get that, you know, pushed up
Hi,
support.
Muka.
Hey y'all, how you doing?
Fine.
Hello.
Welcome.
Drew,
Hey,
Drew, oh Drew, poor Drew. Woo woo woo, Drew.
I would have picked a better bra or a bra.
She needs a lift up,
Exactly.
push together. She needs a $200 Victoria's Secret bra.
Exactly. She needs
Ooh.
something. She does. I mean, hell, I'm 61 and I don't have droop like that. I'm still sitting up high. My breasts look like
But
Shereé's without the breast job. Bam.
uh, but there was one thing I was glad. I was glad to finally see her face. Like finally we could see her face in the season. And the way she was
Oh,
like, "Hey, bitches, I'm back." I was like, "Okay."
oh
I
yeah, I
was actually
love
happy, and she's
Cynthia.
looking everly
Hmm.
beautiful.
Oh yes, I
Yes.
love Cynthia.
She's looking everly beautiful. But do you think she's gonna be full on the whole show, like the remaining episode? Because I didn't understand why they brought her in this late. But do you think she's gonna stay on till the remaining of the episodes?
I get the feeling that they knew that this season was not going well and that a lot of this stuff they kind of filmed towards the end, like bringing her
Yeah.
on. And I don't have anything against Cynthia. I just don't, she's not Nene. So I don't see what the big deal about her being there. And then I didn't see the whole, I had to watch the YouTube version of the show. So, and I
Yeah.
fast forwarded a lot just to get to the main point. So I didn't even see her scenes. So, what were they, what was the reason why they said she was on there? I'm hearing an echo. Is
She
that me?
I don't think she wasn't that much in the episode. Like we only saw her with Kandi and on the party, and even on the party I didn't really realize that she was there until I looked that much in the very well. Like I realized that okay, she was there. So her impact was not even that much. But I was glad to see her because we knew that she was supposed to be on the season, but she wasn't on the season.
Right.
Also, who you want to say something before you go?
Pardon me.
I thought you wanted to say something.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to add that maybe she was the only one of the old school that was willing to come back with that set of girls. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else was like, no. Maybe she was the only one that was like, okay. I don't have anything else to do, right now. So okay.
Yeah. But did you guys hear that part when, oh God, she said she did her boobs and Mattel likes it? that was
Yeah.
that was dead to me. I was like,
I said, Shereé,
no.
liar. I said, she is a liar. Martell ain't never touched none of that body.
Ooh.
Well, one boob looks bigger than the other. They look lopsided. But they do. They
uh,
they look unsymmetrical.
But then in some scenes, her boobs don't even look that big. So I'm like, what is she talking about?
True
and the
that.
and the fact that she just wanted to be like those boobs, like I don't know why she always wants to prove the point that that her relationship with Mattel is real.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
I
been
I,
over
I don't
that.
I don't understand why she wants to prove the point. It's not important. It's not necessary. Stop trying to prove that point. We already know that it's not real. Like stop it. It's beginning to be annoying at this stage. But
Yeah, it is. It's very annoying and it's so unfor real. And who cares about
Mm,
her and
mm,
Martell? You know?
mm, mm.
but okay, let's go into the episode right now. This particular scene where we had Ralph speaking with Drew. I don't know whether it was me or I was being delusional or I wasn't saying things right. But I did think that um he was not really interested in that conversation. His face was not, as in he was not giving, I'm really interested in this relation, in this conversation. I'm just here because the cameras are here and they are
Mm.
shooting. He didn't look like, okay, my wife is talking to me. I'm interested to hear what she has to say. I don't know whether it just may be mistaken, but that was
No,
how I
you're
felt.
right. You're right. He's just there for the cameras.
I
Nothing else.
agree. I agree. He looked like he was just there, like he was saying to himself, "Look, I'm on my way out of this shit, out of this marriage. So say whatever you gonna say. I'm out. I'm making my new life in Vegas. It's like what the hell? They got a strange ass marriage to me. It's just so strange. I was having problems with it way back when they were saying that he was seeing a dude.
Oh,
You know, and I'm like, okay, but if these are the accusations, it's like she's not doing no investigating. She's trying to defend. You let me hear that my dude is sleeping with a dude. Oh, I'm setting all kind of traps because I'm gonna find out so I can be done. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
the
And
way she
especially when she
handled
was
it,
like, and it looked off when she was talking about the LaToya stuff, and she even pulled out the message. I was like, girl, just stop it. It didn't look real. Like I felt like Drew just has a way of twisting things the way it's not necessary. Like her lies, I think she's beginning to believe her own lies.
mm.
yeah, she does. She really does. Drew's lying because I remember seeing them kiss. I am so sorry. They were on some type of little ottoman or something, and Drew was the aggressor, and I can't think of the other little chick. She was on the bottom, and Drew was on top of her, and they kissed. Because I said, "Oh my God, they're kissing." I was like, "Oh boy, they that liquored up that they doing this shit," you know. So I
Yeah,
remember seeing that kiss, and then I remember when they thought that the the production had left, but production kept taping, and they were like cascading through the blinds. That was Drew. That was Drew. She can't
and
lie.
I don't understand why she keeps on lying about it because it doesn't make sense. Like to lie, to keep on lying about this particular situation. It's not like anybody is coming for you. It's not a crime. If you kiss the girl, say I did kiss a girl, nobody's gonna beat you up, nobody's gonna do treat you bad or it's like I understand probably she's trying to protect her marriage. I do get that part, but just be honest about it. Like the way and she doesn't know how to lie, that she doesn't know how to cover up her lies. She was just like, it's like, what's going on here? Like, what is really going on here? In this episode, she looked like a total big. I'm sorry to say this, but I I don't like her. I literally don't like her. And the way after Kandi and Shereé had this discussion when Shereé was telling her that she said she produced it. I felt like Kandi was so pissed though because Kandi said the truth. If me, Kenya, and Marlo agree on something, that alone should tell you that this must be true. Because we know Marlo doesn't agree with Kandi like that. But if Marlo is on the same side with Kandi, that means, yeah, there's an atom of truth in this. And you want to come, you say Kandi is your friend. Of course, I know Kandi is close to Drew. There's no way she would want to say or do anything that would be um that will come against Drew. But she's still saying yes, okay, fine. You did this. I saw you. Stop making me feel like a fool. But she's like, she wants to just prep me up for the movie. Kandi was over it. Like Kandi was so done with that shit. Like she was done.
Yeah, but if you would have listened to like when they were at the little peach uh, event, um, what was her name? I can't think of her name. Oh my God.
Who, LaToya?
LaToya. Yeah, LaToya said something about like, hey, Drew, do you like believe that Kandi is like an honest person? She's genuine. And she was like, well, yeah. Like she was saying that to say, girl, you know she knows the truth. It was
Yeah,
just another stab at admitting, but not really admitting. It
admitting.
was wordplay. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so confused. I'm sorry. I like I said, I saw a YouTube version of it, so I didn't understand. Did LaToya ever say yes, it happened, or did she say no, it happened? It did not happen because the only thing that I saw, this scene that you're showing now, and I saw she said, "Do you think that Kandi would whatever?" And then they brought Marlo into it, and then Marlo walked off
Mhm.
saying that what happened? Did LaToya ever admit that it happened or not happen?
Yeah,
I'm confused.
yes. When it originally happened, LaToya did say it happened.
Okay.
Hmm.
But how about last night on the episode?
Last night in the episode, she was skipping around it.
So she never
Exactly.
did. Okay, because then I saw at the end where they showed
But
that she
if you notice when LaToya and Drew first went up to that room, Drew sat on LaToya's lap.
yes.
Yeah. I, I
Yeah,
seen
yes.
that.
I wanted to
LaToya,
see
like,
it.
you don't do that unless you're
Exactly.
familiar with the person. You just don't do that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because that's not one of the first things I do when I be meeting my girls. I
No. And I
like,
have
and you're not
friends
about
that
to
were
sit on
there
mine.
for years. I wouldn't. That's not something I would do.
Yeah,
You just don't do it. I wouldn't even share a chair with them like that.
exactly.
That's just not something that you do. And that getting drunk excuse, like that excuse has played out. So that,
Really.
I mean, she just went and just sat right there, and then I think they cut away the scene and then when they came back, she had moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had moved. She was first sitting on her laps, then she moved and sat on the chair.
Now I think Drew may have tried to use this as a storyline, and it's backfired. I think that may have been
Oh,
a possibility.
good point. Good point. because that's what I was thinking also, how desperate the producers must have been this season, because there was nothing going on. There was no conversation about any of this. Now all of a sudden this whole Drew thing, and then to bring LaToya back when she did
Mm-hmm.
such a horrible performance when she was on there, a couple of seasons ago, to bring her back. It's like this, they must have just been grasping at straws. And then to bring Cynthia on, and then the photo that you showed, Cynthia had a confessional. Like, this show is just all over the place. It is so bad that I couldn't even watch it live. I had to watch a YouTube
Ex-
version and fast forward it. But it seems like you guys enjoyed it.
But I just
enjoyed.
enjoyed the fashion.
You're smiling.
I
Look at you
wouldn't,
smiling with your cute
I wouldn't
braids.
say I enjoyed it.
I wouldn't say enjoyed. I watched it just to watch it. I
Exactly. I watched it just to watch it.
didn't watch it for this.
I didn't enjoy it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and that whole candy thing, I'm tired of it. Just the
I
whole Go ahead.
yeah. No, you can go
Please go
ahead. I
ahead.
want
I was just gonna say this whole what isn't she close to 50 years old?
Oh,
Like, Candy, like, what is with all of this stuff? And then and then she gets this big grin on her face, and you did it, and I saw what I saw. Like, if they did do it, that's their business. Why do you make it a habit of always trying to tell what other people have done? I don't know. And then this whole party that she had, like I said, I fast forwarded it, but I kind of got the gist what it was about. I'm not interested. But it's just like enough is enough. It's just the same old thing with her and this show. And then it's like, is this the show used to be so good years ago, and now this is what we're talking about on this show. That's it. This is all you guys have to offer.
Yeah.
exactly. And the fact that they had to see, there's no storyline. They had to bring
Right.
Marlo, and I feel like Drew also is trying to outstretch this LaToya whatever storyline, because bringing Drew now had second storyline was like, oh, Marlo edited the video and sent to LaToya to make it look in a certain way as if she was saying bad stuff about LaToya. And I was like, you did say this bad stuff about LaToya. You literally shit on LaToya. And now because the video was sent to LaToya, now your storyline is Marlo edited it out. I don't think Marlo is that able enough to video you, then start editing, copying, cutting, and everything, then sending to LaToya. I don't think she has that time. She
And then
sent
did
the
you see how
video.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
She sent the video the way it was recorded.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then how Don Juan came and got her. Oh, they need you. So it's like, okay, we're trying to create a scene now. We got to go get Marlo, and she didn't even stick around for long. And then didn't she say "and scene" before she walked out?
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did. Like,
Yeah,
it's just so bad. And now that you mentioned about Drew's storyline, what was her storyline at the beginning of the season? The music video, her going back
yeah,
into
the
the
music
studio.
video.
Then it turned into her sister coming to town, and I enjoyed that, and now we don't hear about the sister anymore.
well,
So now I
the
guess it's this.
sister's going to be in next week's episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this still be next week's episode, yes. Still be next week's episode. But like the storylines is like when I saw the sex parties, I was like, okay, so what is going to go on here? Nothing. The ladies were just there struggling, and I was like, what exactly is going on here? I didn't like. I don't think these ladies even knew what they were doing here.
Right.
I
Good
I
point.
I don't even think they themselves knew what they were doing here, because
Good
it just
point.
looked off. I just think Kandi used this and used that the fact that the Real Housewives of Atlanta were going to be on the show, or sorry, on that party, to like make the party bigger than, who wouldn't want to be in a party where the housewives would be at.
Right. And they just
I
look
just
so awkward. Look how they're just sitting there. You're
Yeah,
right. They like, why are we here? Yeah.
There's not even
Yes.
enough seating for everybody.
Good point. And
You
Shereé
know,
They,
didn't
they,
have on
they,
peach.
exactly, like it looked as if she was coming from somewhere else. Like she didn't, she didn't
Right, she
plan
had
to be
on
at this
jeans.
event.
Yeah.
I guess
She was
Sheree
totally
dresses up
off.
when she wants to. You know, she was like, "Hey, my shirt is dressy, and so are my shoes and my purse."
And my purse. But for them to fly LaToya in for this, they must have been so desperate that we've got to call something. There's nothing going on this season.
Where
Oh, let's
does
get
Latoya
LaToya.
live now?
I don't know where she lives. Maybe she does live there. I don't know. But for them to drag her into this so that we can create something is clear. They had nothing. They had nothing. Nothing. Nobody had anything to give. What happened to Marlo with the therapy with the boys? Now, that's something I would not want to see, but they just dropped that. Shereé with the Martell, that's all she had going on. Um,
Hmm.
Drew, I guess we already talked about her. What does Kenya have going? When are we going to see the salon? We saw them go to the salon one time. They showed the renovations, or the
The
empty that they had torn
beginning.
out.
Yeah, but at that time the salon was being renovated, and
But how come
also
we haven't seen this? Where?
but
How come they have
because
not gone back there?
you have to remember we don't know what they filmed, but they're not showing us.
Good
Now,
point. Good
no,
point.
the thing you have to remember, Kenya has no. If it was up to Kenya, she would have everything showed of what she's having done in that salon. We can see what she's doing in that salon on the Instagram page for it, because you can see the whole thing. She shows it, but we don't know what they don't want to show. They want to show the fighting and all that kind of stuff. They don't want to show that.
Yeah, they
Good point.
censor.
That's a good
Just like
point.
just like more could be showed of what Kandi has going on, but they don't want to show that. They want to show the fighting and the backbiting and all the nasty stuff in Shereé and Martell and Marlo with Scotley. That's what they want to show.
But and then what they're showing is not even entertaining. I mean,
No,
we
it's
had
not.
better fights and arguments when we had Portia on there and Nene
Yeah,
on there. These people aren't even their arguments aren't even interesting.
because they film all that stuff, and a lot of it they leave it on the floor because they think we don't want to see it. They think we want to see the mess.
Good point.
But they do because they'll tell you when they do their interviews that they film a lot of stuff. They film a lot of footage. They just don't show it to us.
Yeah. Talk with Lana said they are really grasping at straws if they are making someone's sexuality the basic of 3 episode episode. Because I literally, truthfully, I'm tired of this. Drew kissed someone. Drew kissed this. I'm done with it. Let's move on.
Exactly. It didn't work when
She
the whole Bolo thing seasons ago. Why try to bring this back up again?
I know.
We're not interested. And that's what I said about Kandi and this grin on her face. And why is she so invested in this? You can't make me unsee what I saw. Why do you care, Kandi? And why do you keep bringing it up?
Well, part of it, I think, is because Drew is lying about it. Drew won't own it that it happened. I think that might be part of it. I don't know.
Well, that's between Drew and God and her husband. You know, I
Right.
mean, because that whole tie thing is all over the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So what about that? I mean, you can't you can't keep saying that you don't, and then there's stories of you doing.
Right.
So I mean, if you buy, cool. You know, that's your thing. But I just don't get the lying part. Like, be who you are. Maybe she's trying to save face because, hey, she's trying to get a bigger alimony check. You know.
I know with that. We know the this is on cheating, so there's no way she's going to get that.
Hmm.
It's on cheating. She cheated on him. Even if I know he would have cheated too, but he was wiser. He wasn't caught, so um, there is no way she would have gotten a bigger alimony. So I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't
Oh, someone
understand.
said because
Go ahead.
her mom is a pastor. I didn't know
Uh,
that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
hmm I
Oh,
think they
so
showed that in the first couple of episodes when they introduced her when her mom used to be there at her house a lot.
wow. So Drew's mom is a pastor and she lies this much. Oh, then she needs deliverance. Like she needs serious deliverance. Because to lie this much and she lies to the extent that she believes her lies and lives on her lies. She lives on her lies like, yeah, you can't do me anything. These lies I'm telling is what I'm sticking with. And she's prepared to throw anybody under the bus that wants to make her seem like she's lying. It's so bad.
Yeah, you
But
gotta be who
moving
you
on,
are.
yeah. But moving on from Drew, I don't know. What did you guys think of this situation of Saya and her sister? I feel like her sister is right in this. Like, I've been your number one supporter. I've been there for you. Um I've supported you all through your career. But right now, truthfully, she's a wife, she's a mother, she has other things going for her. And I feel like she needs the respect from her elder sister that she didn't get. So I understand where she's coming from, but I don't know whether sorry, I think Drew, whether Saya will literally, because she was crying here saying that I understand where you're coming from and I'm going to like, change. But would she be able to change? That's the question.
I doubt it. She treats her sister more like an employee, and if she looks at her sister is wearing so many hats,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in her life. And she's even wearing some of her hats because she's taking on her son, her household, making sure everything's good. You know what I'm saying? And she's doing mommy nation. Well, you need to honor your sister. That's what I feel. It's like, where's her trophy?
Yeah. I really do hope that she would change because I feel bad. Because if I was her sister, I would feel bad because you don't the part I got so pissed off was that mommy nation stuff she did, and she didn't tell her that she needed to do her hair, and she just called her up all of a sudden and be like, you have to be here, you have the one doing my hair. Like, you wouldn't do that if you were hiring a hairstylist. You would book an appointment, do everything. But because she's your sister, that respect isn't there. And
Mm,
I understand the reason why the sister wants to leave her, because I too would do the same thing. I would want to leave your roof because I feel like I would be feeling like because I'm on your roof, I'm under your roof, you don't give me that respect.
right. I don't
But
know. You just
I
can't
just
work with family. It's hard to work with family. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It
mhm.
is. If that's how you make your money and you're making money, then hey, more power to you. But a lot of people cannot work with family,
Right.
you know, because somehow you get effed.
Mm. I I I really mean talking to that said Science sister is right, but you are her employee and Sanya is a terrible boss. It's true. She's a terrible boss and a terrible sister. To have both of those qualities is a very bad one. A terrible boss and also a terrible sister at the same time.
Yeah, but what is she gonna do now that she's pregnant again?
Right.
And she looks so pretty in her photos. Oh, she looks so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pregnancy
I
looks
haven't
good on
seen her.
her.
No, I haven't
Pre-
seen her
pre-
photos.
She looks
oh, I have. She
oh
looks
my
good. Like she's glowing.
yes. And her husband, oh gosh, he is so handsome.
You keep saying that.
He is. Where is he? He's like hardly on the show.
It was in today's episode. We saw him in today's episode.
Oh, I fast forwarded. I didn't see it.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were
I'll
at
go
when
back
they
and
went to
watch.
Candy's place. They were there. They came together.
Oh, then no, I'll skip that.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh my
but
goodness.
now that she has had another kid, I think that she's going to understand the value of her sister right now in her life.
Yeah,
You know, they
she
say
will.
you don't know what you have until you lose it.
Yep.
Because
Very true.
now
And especially if she
double
has a
response.
girl, because the good thing is that she has a boy who can play with the other boys. But what if she's
Hmm.
Mhm.
having, yeah, she's gonna have to keep the girl entertained when the boys are, doing all the stuff that they do. It's easy for him to just mix in with the sister's kids.
Hmm.
Because the sister has two boys, right? She have two
I
boys.
believe
Right.
so.
Mm.
I feel the responsibility will be too much on her. Like it would be too much on her. Well, at the end of the day, she will have to look for a way to like get over it. At the end of the day, she literally has to look for a way to get over it. Speaking of kids, right now, what is with Kenya and wanting to have another kid? Like, someone please make it make sense to me. What is with Kenya and always wanting to have another kid?
I don't know. I think that is one of
I
her
don't
craziest
know what
ideas ever.
you asking me. I don't know. I don't know what that's about.
Like, she's so baby hungry. This is how many episodes now? I think this is the third episode she has said that same thing about this kid thing. Or does she wants to have a kid with the new boyfriend that we never see?
No,
Roy?
no, she wants to have the kid. She wants to have one of those. Remember, she got custody of the embryos that they had.
Right.
So she wants to use
Yeah.
one of those embryos because she wants her kids to all be by the same person. So she wants to use a surrogate for those embryos.
But I don't understand why she wants to have her ex-husband's kids again.
Because she wants her children to all be by the same person.
Hmm.
Like
Well,
what's that girl's name? Like Khloe Kardashian.
but would he have to pay child support for the kids?
No, because they're not married anymore.
Okay, I accept if she doesn't have to pay child support for the kids, because every time she says that, I'm like, what is going on with you? Why are you just talking about these kids and kids and kids stuff? It's She should get a grip of herself,
Yeah,
because I don't see her daughter complaining. She's still loving the attention she's getting from her mom. So I don't know, but
it
there's
makes no
something I want. Yeah, you want to say something?
No.
what I
You
just
were
said.
saying something.
I said it makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about this. The when Drew was talking with what's her name? Marlo. Did you notice that he was in this conversation for himself, not that he was there to say, "Oh, you are talking trash about my wife. I'm here to support my wife." He only cared about what Marlo said about him. And when Marlo said, "I didn't say anything about you. I only said I was in the same business your husband is, which is tech," he felt a little relieved. And when she even said, I forgot how she put, she said, you know the personality your wife has, you don't know who you're waking up to. He laughed.
Yeah, I noticed that.
When I saw that laughter, I was like, so this guy knows his wife lies. She lies for a living.
She's an actress. I think she's always acting.
Mm.
I think he's an actor too. I think he's acting also. Look at his
Yeah.
face.
Like I was like, why did you, okay, if you know, my own question now is, if you know your wife is someone that is bipolar, Sorry to say that. she 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 changes her attitude every single day. You don't know who you're getting. You know your wife is bipolar. Why would you believe when she just comes with no evidence, no receipt, and says, "Oh, she was talking about you"?
I think he's just really over Drew and everything that she says, and I mean, she doesn't even trust him.
Mm-mm, she sure doesn't.
And I'm pretty sure he knows that, probably from all the phone calls she gives him in a day or texts, you know, and he just seems like he's over it.
Even like I don't know how bad it is, but not standing up for your wife. That means for them to have gone to that level, that means the relationship was already rock in shambles at this stage. They were just like roommates living together. And I feel like maybe they were even still together because of shooting for the show. They didn't want to start with we're getting a divorce. I feel like they were just together for okay, let's just start with this season shooting like we're still a couple because his actions doesn't show a loving husband or a husband that literally sees his wife. They are just act so perfect, like good actors and actresses, like they are. And
Yeah, I think he
literally
was basically over it with all that Bolo stuff because he kept asking her and asking her, "Is there anything else? Is there anything else?" And oh well, no, that was it. And then she would come back and say later, "Oh, well, such and such said that I did this, but I don't remember." It was just too much of not coming forth with the truth. You know?
mm-hmm.
Right. Because, men feel that they can go to those types of parties and do whatever, but she can't go to it because it's just always going to be in the back of his mind. Is that all? Are you telling me all? They can't deal with that. Women can get over things, but men just cannot deal with that. So he may have some doubts in his mind. And then she's an actress. She's always acting. I don't know what she's like at home, but she just doesn't seem sincere to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's seen that whole Bolo episode and was like, "Oh, okay, now I get it. Now I know who I'm dealing with."
Yeah. Are you sure he didn't know who he was dealing with before and he was just there? Because I feel like they know themselves. They are just pretending, like playing pretense in this marriage.
Good point for the show, right? Because
Hmm.
Yeah.
we don't really know them. When they first came on the show, they came on with so-called marriage problems. He had gone to Florida or whatever, and she didn't know where he was. That didn't seem like a real storyline to me. So we don't even know what their real home life is like. They may
Hmm.
not even be together and just could be together for the show. Who knows?
Right.
That's true.
Because me, I don't see them as an actual couple. Like I don't feel the like. I'm not even talking about love. I don't feel the like. If I'm with my roommate, I'm supposed to like my roommate at least. I don't even feel it between the both of them. I just feel everything about them is forced. Every single thing about them is just forced. Like that's how I feel about them. Like it,
I
for
think he
me, it
did try
doesn't
to
it
make it
doesn't make
go when
sense.
he had that little when he arranged that little meal on the terrace for her, and she got to tripping, and he was like, "You know what? What did he say? You deserve a hot dog and not a steak or something." He,
So
he
he could
said
have
to
gave
her,
her Lunchable or something like that. He told her.
"Yeah."
Oh,
I think
wow.
he was just like over it then. You know.
They've been over each other, so I don't think I'm even surprised about the divorce stuff. I just feel like they've been over each other and they just try to stretch it for how long they could, but at this point probably they're just like, you know what? I can't pretend again. I can't play pretend. Let's just get it over with.
Huh.
I just feel that's just the issue because I myself, I can't deal with Drew. Drew is a very problematic person. Like she looks like someone that likes trouble. So I don't think I can deal with Drew in any shape or form. Like she's too much.
Uh,
And literally, apart from the Drew issue, I'm tired of this season. I'm literally tired of this season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. At this moment, I'm actually waiting for the reunion. Probably there'll be more substance in the reunion than the show.
I don't know about that. Hopefully, it will be because I can't even get through a full episode. I'm not excited about watching it. Years ago, I'd be so excited. It's coming on, it's coming on. Now it's just like have no interest in these people. Yes, they have nice clothes, but that's about it. I'm not interested in anyone's storyline. And I like Shereé and I like Marlo. I'm not even interested in what they're doing. I'm tired of Kandi and the same old same with her. That grin on her face. I'm just tired of it. I'm just so tired of it. And then like last
Kandi
night when
did
they pulled Marlo into that and she just didn't even stick around for the mess. She left.
Kandi didn't actually have any storyline this season.
She
We're in
never
episode
does,
13.
unless it's her family. Oh, she's working too much, or her mother doesn't like Todd. It's always the same thing. It's the same thing with her. Why is she still on this show? It is time for them to make some serious changes because it's not entertaining anymore.
They should literally do a rehearsal of New York on them.
yeah,
And
recast.
yes, yes, yes. Yep. I
New
like to see
blood.
some new people.
Yeah, new blood.
I would keep Marlo, but everybody else can go. At least with Marlo, she's gonna bring the fashions and some mess, but everybody else can go. And I like
Mm.
Shereé, but Shereé, I guess they're trying to make her as the so-called anchor of the show, but I don't think she has the personality to do that. And then Kenya, like Nene said in her interview, Kenya doesn't have anybody to go back and forth with, and that she's bored. And yeah,
Mhm. Well, I just hope they do that because I think Candy came live on Instagram earlier today and was talking about she was on a radio show. So she was asked about the show. And the way she replied, it seems like maybe the season might be renewed and we don't know whether the cast might be changed or not. I literally don't think I would want to watch another season if they bring they renew Real Housewives and I see the same cast members. I don't think I'll be watching.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna keep Messy Boots.
who's Messy Boots?
Uh, Ralph's cousin, Courtney.
Oh,
Oh yes.
Ugh, I can't stand her.
I'm still waiting for them to show what she did to stay. What did she do? And Monyetta, what
oh my
purpose
God.
does she
It's
serve?
true. I don't know. Thank you for saying that. What's the point of Monyetta and Courtney?
Right. At least Courtney is trying to do something, but Monyetta seems to be just too sweet to be on this show. She
Gossiping
see,
whenever they say something about sorry, about Candy, and she goes and tell them, oh, I was here when they said this. That's the only thing I've seen her do. Be the problem, cause the issues. That's
Yeah,
the
messy.
only thing.
She's messy.
That's
I'm
the
telling you, like
that's
gum
the only
sticking to your
that's
shoe.
the only
oh
fucking
my
thing I've seen
goodness.
her do. Like, I don't understand why she stayed from episode 1 and we're in episode 13.
Right. And did you guys notice that they don't seem to have as many episodes as the show used to have seasons ago? Didn't the show have
Yeah,
more episodes? They're only
it's
getting
about
16
20
episodes.
something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I guess they had nothing.
Mm,
Why would you give us 20 something episode of nothing? It's not possible.
that's
Oh,
crazy.
Even
good point.
after watching like 5 episodes, the first thing I went to check was How many episodes are we going to have in this season? And when I saw 16, I was like, better, because I don't think I want to be watching 20 episodes of nothing. 20 episodes of quarrels. When they have an issue in this episode, they will stretch it out for 3 episodes. That's the only thing that's been happening. When they have an issue, they stretch it out for 3 episodes, and I'm like,
Yeah, and that's an
it
hour
doesn't make
episode,
sense.
right? That's an hour episode. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So that's 20 hours of filling your brain full of bull crap.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, how else would you look at it? You know, what are you gaining?
Right. And it's like there's nothing. Why did they go to Portugal? What was the purpose of going there? Oh, for her to whatever what did she say?
To Zen.
Exactly. And
Oh
since when is
God.
Portugal known for that? Since when is Portugal known for that?
It's
I can
not.
see if they
I
had
never
gone to
knew.
Bali or somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. They could have gone to
I
Bali. There could have been so many other places they could have gone, not Portugal.
uh-huh.
Right. It's just such a bad, bad show. I'm so disappointed how this show has turned out. Who would have thought that years, and like I said, Portia would have made a huge difference. But of course, I'm a Nene fan. I love Nene. Her attitude, the stuff she would say, it would be so entertaining if she was here. But even Portia would have done a lot better than this cast. It's just it's just so sad to see what has happened to this show. I can't even watch it. I applaud you ladies for watching it. I can't get through it.
You're not the only one. Even me, I can't get through it, but I just have to watch, like, just sit through it. I sit through it and look like, okay, let me watch it. It's so it's so painful to watch, I'm telling you. Amongst the shows I'm watching this season, amongst the shows that are airing right now, the reality TV shows that are airing right now, every time I remember, oh, today is Monday, I have to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. Sorry, Sunday, I have to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. I just like, I'm stressed.
I just pre-recorded, and right before I know we're gonna do the podcast, I'll watch it real quick, because it's like it's not something that I'm gonna sit there and because when you're watching it, when it first comes on, you can't fast forward the commercials. I like to get
Yeah,
right to it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I watch it like after it comes on because I pre-recorded.
I'm literally tired of the show. I'm sorry. Even the reunion doesn't look as if it's gonna turn out great, because firstly, the fashion of the girl, the ladies, the dress was not. Mm, it wasn't
Courtney's
making
dress
sense.
was
Like,
pretty. Courtney had a pretty dress.
Yeah, I liked her
mm,
dress.
okay, I don't think I've seen Courtney. I've seen every other person, but I don't think I've seen Courtney's dress.
Oh, I
But I
thought you
did
was
see
talking
every
about
other person.
LaToya. I take that back. I thought you was talking about LaToya. I'm sorry.
No, we're talking about the reunion dress. The dresses for the reunion, like they just shot.
Oh, okay.
I
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I literally did not understand. I love Marlo's dresses, but I didn't understand what Marlo was wearing there. I'm sorry. I didn't I didn't understand the big, like, it was just, mm, he wasn't doing it for me. The fashion this year for the reunion wasn't it for me. Nobody did an amazing job in the fashion. And
Well,
now that, yeah, you want to say something?
no, I was gonna say, when is the reunion?
Uh, I guess we will know about that after the show is finished.
Oh,
The finale. I guess
okay.
that's when we're gonna know.
Oh, okay.
But the way they are rushing everything, I just feel like they realize that people don't, even Kandi. So yeah, Kandi has talked about it, that she has been seeing a lot of people talking about people that should be on the show, that should be left on the show. I said, wow, so you've seen it, like they all know right now that the show is so boring that people talk about how boring it is. For Kandi to talk about it on her Instagram, I was like, okay, yeah, they know that the show is not giving, and I feel that that was why they realized the show was not giving what it was supposed to give. They started doing the after show,
Mm.
and the after show itself is also the same thing. I watched the after show for today's episode, and I was like, I watched the after show, then I watched the show, the episode, and I was like, it's the same thing that I'm watching. I literally would have gotten everything that happened on the show from the after show. I would have gotten everything that I watched from the after show. Like, ah, I'm tired. I'm literally, I've never seen a show when you start talking and you literally don't have anything to talk about. It's just there. And they piss me off more is that every time they are doing the preview for the next episode, they make it look as if the next episode is gonna be one exceptional episode, and you'll be like, okay, like I was looking forward to this episode because I thought there was something that was going to turn out from this LaToya and Drew situation. Maybe we're going to get true tea, everything. I was preparing for this episode because they made it look in the preview that it was going to be interesting, and I came watching this episode and I was like, at the end of the day, I didn't really get anything.
Huh. Yeah, they just keep giving you those cliffhangers so you could come back next week.
That's the same thing they've done for this week again, like giving us this quick cliffhanger, and you'll be like, okay, ah, I'm gonna be prepared for next week. I'm not gonna fall for that. I when I watched the preview, I was like, I don't think I'll be excited for next week's episode because it might end up being another disappointment like this episode.
Yeah, I
Might
agree.
end up literally I I am tired. If anybody has anything to like sum up, like, because me, I literally don't have any other things to talk about. Like, I don't have anything to talk about on this show.
Right. There's nothing to talk about.
No,
So,
same old.
Mhm.
anybody that has anything to round off, just let's just say it because I don't have anything to say.
Well, we'll see what happens next, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty much of what we've been getting all season long.
Mm, exactly. But they played a preview previously. I think the episode 11 or so, where they showed us a lot of things where Drew we talked to by her husband challenging her about the affair with another lady, where they showed us Martell with Shereé, and are they not going to all those things are not going to appear again or what? Because I don't understand.
Yeah,
Because this
yeah, it
is
seems like they've made some changes. Yeah, like this, what we're seeing now seems to be something that they rush to film or throw together to try to make something out of nothing. Um, no surprise, because I've met somebody a few years ago who is knows someone who in
mm,
editing on reality shows in general. I'll just say that. And from what they told me is that they don't know what direction the shows are going to go into. It's just like, they film all of this stuff, and then it's the job of the producers to tell the editor what they want them to piece
what they
together
want, yeah.
to create the storyline. Yeah. So when they go in and do their confessionals, that's when the ladies find out which direction the show is going in. And then they'll ask them questions. What do you think about Shereé when she said this, that? Oh, well, I thought, and so then they'll take that clip and to create the storyline. So I guess they don't know themselves, the ladies, until they start getting towards the end, how things turned out. And then I guess the producers at this point start to realize, hey, we really don't have much going on. We've got to make something happen. That's why I'm wondering with this Cynthia thing, when was this filmed? Was Cynthia a last minute addition? And why didn't they show her at the Kenya Moore hair care? When she did that little thing with the drum, not the drum,
Mm-hmm.
the green screen
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
Yeah, Cynthia supposedly came and visited her, but they didn't show that.
Mm.
So why are they now showing Cynthia a couple weeks later and giving her a confessional? It just kind of makes me think as though they contacted her at the last minute and decided to wanted to try to work her in to possibly get some views. Who knows? This is just speculation. I don't know. But it just seems like it's like kind of late in the game with there's just two more episodes left, right?
Oh,
Right.
they are?
Yeah, because there's 16 and that was number 14. So it's like they're
So this
just
is
trying to
number,
cram stuff
no, this is
together.
number 13.
Oh, that was 13. Okay.
Yeah, so it's three more episodes left. Three more episodes. I literally thought that today was gonna be the time we're gonna see Martell and that issue. Let's see what's gonna happen, or when Drew's husband was gonna, challenge her. And I've not seen evidence. Like, what's going on? Why is the storyline changing now? Or are they gonna wrap it up in the last two episodes? Like, and put. I don't understand. I literally don't understand. Well, that's their own cup of tea. If they want to make the show die down finally, they want to give it a final death, that's their choice. But do you think Kandi would want to let go of Real Housewife? Because that's her money making, one of her big money makers.
Hopefully she doesn't have a choice. Hopefully that they can just decide, hey, we don't need her here anymore because what does she add to the show? She has all of those viewers on Instagram, but they're not watching the show, obviously. So, and like, what is her purpose? What role does she play on the show is the question. Because in a lot of scenes, she's just sitting there, you know,
I think she adds
grinning.
stability to the show.
She adds what?
Stability. You have to
Okay,
have
that's a good point.
you have to have an anchor. And
But they don't
she's
seem to be treating her like an anchor. They seem to be treating Shereé as the anchor. You notice when Shereé's like sitting in the middle a lot of the times, the camera is on her. But I get your point. Just like with Potomac, where Giselle says that you have to have someone like, okay, that makes sense. You got to have a neutral person. So I guess maybe Kandi is the but now she doesn't even really say or do anything.
she says and does stuff. Kandi does. Shereé, we know Shereé is a big liar. All she does is lie about everything. She's constantly lying
Hmm.
and starting stuff all the time. You have to have someone who is that is like the even keel and balance. That's Kandi.
Yeah,
Shereé,
level-headed,
Shereé is
even-tempered.
constantly lying and she's lying. She's two-faced and she's always starting stuff. That's Shereé. You have Drew with her lying and whatnot. You have Kenya, who is a total wild card. Kenya could be totally calm, then the next thing you know, she's going off on somebody. You have Sanya, who's on the team with Shereé and them all the time. She's always riding on Shereé's coattails. Then you have phony Courtney. Then you have Marlo, and you know how Marlo is.
That's a good point. Good
Uh,
point. I just would like for them to find somebody else who could play that role. To me, she just seems to be taking up space. Like if you're gonna get rid of Nene, but allow this person to stay all of these seasons, like why? Like
Well,
that's not an
rid of
even
Nene.
trade-off.
Yeah, but they got rid of Nene for their reason. Why they got rid of Nene? That Kandi had nothing to do with that. They got rid of her for their reason. What they should do is they need to bring back Portia. They need to bring back. I think I really want them to bring Portia back. Um, I don't want Phaedra to come back.
Ooh, I forgot about her.
I don't want her to come back. Now she's going to be on mass married to medicine.
Oh
What
my
what
goodness.
what I would like for what I would well now since her niece died, I don't know, but I would have loved for them to put Quad on that show instead of Quad being on Married to Medicine.
Oh wow,
I
that
would
would be
for
something.
Quad I would have liked for Quad to be on that show instead.
Mm.
On Atlanta or Married to
Yeah,
Medicine?
on Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Quad doesn't have
Wow.
a place on Married to Medicine.
But
Yeah,
Quad
she
ain't a
would be something.
housewife though.
Quad was a housewife.
She ain't no more.
A lot of them on there aren't
I
housewives
I
anymore.
know.
Sheree's not one anymore.
I know. That's why they just need a whole new cast.
But they can't even get cast. That's why Marlo has a peach another year because they couldn't even get casting.
Jeez.
But for someone like Quad would have been good. Quad with her reads and everything else would have been excellent on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But Quad is not married to medicine. She has not been married to medicine in years.
Exactly.
But she would be excellent on Atlanta.
I don't know. They need to change the title of these shows, because you got like two couples that are married and five other chicks that are single. I'm not kidding.
Exactly.
Yeah, but with all the housewife shows, some of them were wives, and they're divorced now. Most of the shows, they're more divorced women than married ones.
Yeah. Well, they need to like get another show then. Like get another title, retire that title, put a brand new title on it, or make a whole different show. Put the ex-wives over there, you know, and the wives over here. Because the name is not computing with what we're seeing, what is giving.
Yeah, but that name is it's a household name of the show. At this point. But I would love for them to bring Nene back, but they're not going to, especially now with the lawsuit that Bethany got started. That whoever signed on to that lawsuit, I don't know if Nene signed on to it or not.
What's the lawsuit about?
About racism and other things that they're alleging with Bravo.
Mm,
It's a lot of stuff that they're alleging that Bravo has done.
mm. I don't get it.
Mm.
I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I'm just saying, if I'm in a job and it's racism, I'm not gonna stay at the job. I don't care what you're paying me. I'm not gonna stay for you to disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna move on because I got too much intelligence and too much knowledge to just stay in one spot.
Yeah, it's more. Let me see if I can look it up right now. It's more than race. I know that they're talking about how children were treated during the filming. Wait, let me see. It's right here. Let me see if I can pull it up. And I mean, Bethany has her reason as to why she's doing it too.
Hey, Bethany has a kid, doesn't she? A
Yeah,
daughter.
but her ex-husband has custody.
Okay.
They're alleging um, they're alleging corn. You know what I mean by saying corn.
Mm-hmm.
S violence, booze abuse. It says here on the title. Um, they're saying the sordid and dark underbelly of NBC's widely consumed reality TV universe has remained under wraps for far too long. They're saying, okay, deliberate attempts to manufacture mental instability by plying cast members with alcohol while depriving them of food and sleep, denying mental health treatment to cast members displaying obvious and alarming signs of mental deterioration, exploiting minors for compensated and sometimes long-term appearances on NBC reality TV shows, distributing and or condoning the distribution of non-consensual pornography, covering up acts of S violence, refusing to allow cast members the freedom to leave their shows, even under dire consequences.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's
so
crazy.
that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot.
Yeah. So they don't have the pages to the lawsuit up here,
Yeah.
but they're gonna go into deep detail.
Yeah, those are some strong accusations right there, you know?
Which, if you think about it, we've witnessed this over the years.
Yeah, but my thing is like, why are you just now saying something? Look, if it was my kid and I feel like, I'm doing the show and my kid is on the show for a short period of time, if I feel like you're depriving my kid or I'm being deprived, if my scene is over and I'm ready to go, you're not going to make me sit there and watch everybody else be taped. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? And I understand they probably have to do like so many hours of taping, but I'm just not with it. Seriously. You know, you're not gonna mistreat my baby. And I'll be damned if I let you mistreat me and I'm sitting here and I'm knowing about it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. No amount of money is worth that. A television show isn't worth that. Not to me. I would have been sued. They'd have been like, okay, living for your girls, we gonna sue you because you are not honoring your contract. Because I wouldn't. I'm not for the mistreatment under no circumstances. I don't care who you are. Money doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, I agree with you, but some of these people, they do anything for clout. They do it for the clicks and views, for the notoriety,
Whew.
the money.
Mm. I thank God He is my provider every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Oh, well, I guess it's time for us to get out of here.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us this week. Don't forget to like and comment on this video. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to Shop Variety TV YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to Muka YouTube channel. Just go down below and subscribe to our individual YouTube channel. And we'll see you guys same time next week.
All right. Bye
Bye.
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 Nice seeing you
Bye,
guys. See you guys next
ladies.
week. Bye.